part two, we planned a trip, and I knew I needed a friend who had done missions before to join me. And so I thought my friend Cindy was a perfect candidate. She speaks some Spanish, as well as having done Honduras mission trips and other Latin American trips, and she would understand it, because I had a feeling it was going to be a little bit more of a primitive trip. And so she agreed to go. And I love telling this, and I'm not sure if I've ever told this actually in a video before, but the morning that we were leaving to go, I was leaving to go to the airport. It was about like 3 a.m. I was getting in the car, driving to the airport, and I got a call from Cindy. And Cindy was headed to, she lives in Louisville, but she was going to fly out of Cincinnati, I believe. And so she had to leave early too. And so she's in the car and she says, Andrea, I don't know what I was thinking. I haven't flown in a long time. I have major anxiety and I haven't taken a flight in a really long time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on this flight. And I was like, and we both laughed, and not laughed at her anxiety, but laughed at the fact that we were like, we're going to meet in Florida in the airport to go with these people we've never met before to Cuba. This is crazy. And so we prayed, and sure enough, she got on that flight and she landed before me. So she actually met Ingrid before I met Ingrid, and they had hit it off. And by the time they picked me up and picked my luggage up at the airport, they were fast friends. So that night, Cindy and I were up all night hearing Ingrid's testimony. It was an extraordinary testimony about how God had used the Elijah Project to transform her spiritual life. She had been feeling dead, and she had felt worn out, and she had felt unappreciated. And she just felt like God used Elijah's story to bring her back to life, and then to really inspire her in working with women in Cuba. And so then that's where she had wanted to translate it and share the Elijah Project. So that was the beginning of the trip, and we hadn't even set foot in Cuba yet.